Hello. I have some very interesting thoughts that I wrote down, and I just need to get them out. So, this is a little bit of a therapeutic experiment for me, just to see what kind of happens. Um, I've been thinking about the deepest and most important philosophic question there is, period. So, I wrote down what is the most important? Just that. What is the most important thing? So, I, constructed some different, oh, this is greater than that, and that's greater than this. And this is what I've come to. I generated a top three just off the top of my head. And it is concerning. So, I'm American, so I started with freedom. Why not? So, I thought of freedom as what if freedom is the most important thing? Well, if you're free to be good or evil, freedom is predicated on morality. Therefore, I believe that morality is more important than freedom, because we are not free to be evil. Not as evil as we want to be. And we are not free to be as good as we want to be either. Not right now, at least. That begs a question, what is good and what is evil? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We are not free to be as evil as we want. And in order to be free, we have to know what is good and evil, and we have to know that we are free. Therefore, I believe knowledge is the most important thing. Knowledge being greater than morality, being greater than freedom. That's the top three I generated. And so, in order to have knowledge, you have to teach and learn. So, teaching people what is good and evil is teaching them how to be free. More or less, right? So, knowing how to teach/learn about morality is the most important thing. That's what I think now. So, this goes into, our criminal justice system. What is the purpose of it? It is to teach people and to try to teach them what is good and what is evil. For instance, if you get caught stealing, you go to jail. And that's supposed to teach you that stealing is wrong. So, the entire purpose of our criminal justice system is to teach people about morality and freedom. However good or poor of a job we are doing. And what if somebody refuses to learn about morality? Are they a criminal? Inherently. Are they inherently a criminal? Just by refusing to learn about morality. For instance, if you try and teach somebody that pedophilia is wrong, and they openly refuse to learn, are they a criminal? Are they a pedophile? Are they a pedophile accomplice? Are they neutral in pedophilia? This question goes a lot deeper than I originally thought it would. So, I believe it is the most important thing to know how to learn about morality. That is the most important thing. Because we already have our values set up, right? We know that there is the dichotomy of good and evil. And freedom is being free to be as good or as evil as you want or need to be. So, I believe that knowing how, and this is my question to you guys and gals, or anything in between, or outside of those boundaries. Try to be as inclusive as possible here. I need to get everyone on the same page. So, I'm going to ask you how to teach and to learn about morality. How do we do it? My best guess is to convey this exact point in the best way that we know how. And the best way that I know how right now is to just make a video about it and then share the video to as many people as possible. And for all intents and purposes of mine, this video is the most important thing ever to me so far. In terms of the human struggle and the dichotomy of man and the duality of man, rather. And it directly interferes with our criminal justice system and our law and the way that society is run. So I recognize that I am just one person trying to learn as much as humanly possible about the most important thing humanly possible. So I'm asking for help. Help me. Help. So that's this video, is asking for help. How do we know to teach and learn about morality? Is it listening to people who are smart? Well, that's what I've done up to this point. For instance, I've taken interest in Jordan Peterson. I've taken interest in the popular atheists that are criticizing God, because if you can criticize God, clearly you know something. Clearly you know something that the majority of people don't. Or at least you show character that can criticize the all-good and all-powerful God. So, whether or not you're religious or not, sorry for the redundancy, we need to know what morality is. We need to know what knowledge is. And after those two things, we need to know what freedom is. Or all collectively, we just all need to combine these ideas into one idea and try and learn and teach the most humanly possible, period. So I believe this is society's end point. Us finally figuring out what to do with ourselves. So if you can spread this video around, if you can make your own better video than mine, go for it. I'm not gonna get mad or anything. Why would I? This is the most important thing that I can think of. And if you can make a better version of this video, do it. Please. I'm begging you. So, number 2 is... Number 2. I just went through like a billion things. But I would like to get lawyers in on this. I would like to get prosecutors, judges even, if they're allowed to view substance like this. I know I was working at Lowe's and I helped out a judge pick out a water heater. And I was like, well, if you don't have the means to carry the water heater back to your house, you can just order it online and we'll ship it directly to your house. And he said, well, I don't have the internet, I'm a judge. And I thought that was a little peculiar, but I understood where he was coming from. So don't push any boundaries for now. This is dangerous territory. Just thinking about this made me realize that morality is dangerous. Learning is dangerous. It's power. Power is learning. Power is morality, and power is freedom. What is power? And all that stuff. So, this concludes my video, and I hope that I got my point across succinctly enough. Have a good one.